Thank
Cool.
you. Kartik, be my slide man. Thank you. So I can't see them, but I'm hoping others can see the slides.
Yeah,
Can you
can you
see
all see
them?
my plans? Okay,
Good,
perfect.
good, good,
Yep,
good.
I can see
That's
them.
fine. I know. Oh, good. I know them off by heart. It's really not important, but it's nice to have. So anyway, welcome to our August webinar. Very special. We've been busy, a bit frantic. For those of following the Blind Low Vision Community podcasts and webinars, you're hearing a lot from Kartik and a little bit from me over the last week and the coming weeks. I warn you, there's more to come. But today is really all about you, about the community. It's about giving you a chance to talk to us, ask us anything at the end of the webinar. And you can do that by just putting your questions into the YouTube chat if you're watching us on YouTube. My colleague is checking that and sending those back to us, so don't worry about that. You can also on Zoom, there's the Q&A function, so please drop your questions in there. Just type them in. I already see there's a couple, and or raise your hand. There's a raise hand function, and we'll bring you on live at the end, so we know that the questions are important. And then today we are welcoming Kenneth Fan from Solos with us, our partner on these exciting new Ally Solos glasses. Ken, it has been mad on our end with the pre-orders. It's just on fire. And why I'm a bit frazzled. So apologies for that. So we'll come to that. And then Kartik is going to go under the hood, give us some updates. There's been some exciting developments released on Ally everywhere and also in the works, of course. And of course, we're all in bated breath for our glasses to arrive as soon as they can. Um, and then we'll take the questions. So let's get cracking. Ken, welcome. Thank you. Where are you at the moment? Are you in Hong Kong or are you somewhere else?
I'm actually in Boston, Massachusetts, in the United States. So I'm
Okay.
I'm from here. Spend a lot of time in Asia though, and
Yeah.
a lot of our engineering team is based in Hong Kong.
Yes, exactly. We've been working with the team very closely, right? And that's fantastic. And can you maybe just introduce yourself a little bit, what your role is at Solos, and you're a founder, right? So it's a really
Yeah.
exciting journey.
Yeah, I would love to give you a little bit of personal background and tell you a little
Yes,
bit of
please.
history. I'm very excited to be here, Vanessa and Karthik, and just to be able to talk to your whole community. On behalf of Solos, we're super excited about the partnership and the response thus far. So it's very exciting for me to be here and to be able to help engage your community and to answer questions about Solos and our platform as well.
Brilliant.
So I can give you a little bit of background on myself. I'm originally from Boston, grew up here, pretty much lived here my entire life. I went to college and decided I wanted to do entrepreneurship afterwards. So I've been an entrepreneur in mostly in the healthcare space for the last 20 years. Have started a number of companies, including one called AdGene, which is actually a social enterprise, which is helping distribute DNA samples for life science research in academia. So I was the chief operating officer there for about 11 years. Subsequently worked in an early stage startup out of the Harvard ecosystem, trying to solve xenotransplantation. So essentially trying to create transplantable organs from pigs that could be used to address transplant shortages in the world. That company's made a lot of progress. I was there for about 4 years. Um, Subsequently wanted to get more into the technology side and ended up co-founding Solos back in the 2019 timeframe. And so brings us a little bit to the company history. And so Solos was actually a project that started within a company called Kopin Corporation, which is based here in Massachusetts. And Kopin is a larger company that's working on microdisplays and wearable technologies.
Wow.
So in Kopin is more enterprise military focused company, but there was an interest in smart glasses. This is probably around 2017 or so, 2016, 2017. And the idea of Solus was born in Kopin as a project initially right around the time of Google Glass. And I know you and your community are very familiar with Google Glass. So around that time, Kopin started working on Solos, which the vision was a wearable smart glasses with a display um, and the initial use case was actually for cyclists.
Mhm.
So
Oh, wow.
yeah, so
I didn't realize that.
for cycling. So the idea is that cyclists want to be able to have access to information, particularly like if they're like the speed, the cadence, the distance, and maybe navigation. But they don't want to look down on their phone or fiddle with, their phone. So the idea is to have that heads up, on in your visual eye line with the display. And the visual version of Solos looked very similar to Google Glass. Had like a display arm that came out of it and had speakers, that also did the audio. It was pretty heavy though, because back then,
Yeah.
this was like 2017, the technology for batteries was different. Display technology then and still now is very battery intensive. So it required, quite a bit of power. And so that first version of glasses was not super successful. And that was partially because of the limitations of the hardware. And I know you're
Mm.
from Google Glass and some of the limitations there too as well. The power being one of the major ones and the power weight balance. And so that project within Copen didn't turn into a successful commercial product, but it was a great first almost like a prototype, first like trial of what wearable smart glasses could be.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that project probably lasted a couple years, and then at that time, Kopin decided while the focus was more on enterprise and military, and this consumer division of smart glasses made sense as really outside of Kopin, and that's when I got involved. So I came in with an investor group, and we spun out Solos in 2019 into a separate company to really focus on consumer smart glasses with a different approach than what we had been doing, as part of Kopin. The approach was more saying, let's create all day wearable glasses first that are comfortable and look great as eyewear, and then add the smart technology second. And that was very different than the approach, previously that we had and other players had, which was like create this technology product, jam all the technology in, but it might not have either looked right, felt right, or it was comfortable for different face shapes, right? So we said, okay, that's not really how eyewear is used.
Mm.
Eyewear is best used is that where it's comfortable to the user, you can wear it all day. It has different style options. So that's the way that we started Solos as a separate company with that idea in mind. We said we want to create great eyewear first.
Hmm. Hmm.
And to do that, we actually made some different design choices that still permeate to our product today. And the main one was that we decided to make our glasses modular. So we
Yeah.
said we're going to separate the technology in essentially the temples where all of the PCB, the electronics are from the front frame, which is really eyewear. So we have an eyewear piece. I'm holding it up now for those who aren't able to look at the screen. And so this eyewear front frame is essentially just like a normal pair of glasses, and it uses the same manufacturing process, very similar manufacturing process as normal eyewear, and it connects to electronics. And we have essentially a connection point for the temples on either side, both the left and the right side. And this approach lets us create the electronics separately, but then allow the customer to be able to create or to be able to choose a front frame that both matches their style and face shape. And that
Interesting.
so that difference really was the main thing that we started the Solos on was this idea of trying to meet the customer need, create
Mm.
eyewear that fits them with all the technology features. So that's sort of how we started the company back in 2019. I'll stop there before we go into sort of how the company has evolved since then and see Vanessa or others if you have questions.
Yeah, no, fascinating. Really fascinating. I'm a keen runner. I can't wait to have my Solos glasses when I'm running, but I don't tell my guides that, otherwise they'll stop helping me get out there. But that's a fascinating background, and yeah, that modular aspect is fantastic because we've got a pair of two in the office, and we're getting familiar with it. And what that means is that you can, I'm putting it in layman terms, I can pull the arms off and those are batteries, right?
Yeah.
So the all day battery power is just phenomenal, fantastic, and just lightweight. Well, we're starting off with one model type initially for Ally Solos glasses, but I've already made it very clear to Gartic, I can't wait for us to be able to offer more model types and frames hopefully in the future. But we're already starting off with like two sizes and different colors and things. So that's all exciting and out of the gate, that's already quite a lot of choice. What we've had with the Envision glasses is, I think, three frame types and a metal band, and so that choice is really nice. That in the bigger picture for people. Um, I. I asked Kartik, how you guys met and, sort of trade shows and, kind of connecting and meeting and everything. Had you ever thought about accessibility when you were developing Solos?
Yeah, that's a really great question too as well. I think actually from the very beginning of when we started, the company in 2019 when we spun it off, um, we thought a lot about use cases and we
Hmm.
said, what are really some compelling use cases for smart glasses where it really can add value to people's lives, right? And accessibility was one of the top ones that we thought about at the time. And we said, yes, this would be great, a platform. I mean, I think one of the things that is compelling about smart glasses in general is that the human senses are really much centered around the head. And this is why we believe that smart glasses are a really critical platform for the future. And maybe as a companion to the phone, and maybe even a replacement to the phone in eventually.
Yeah,
Because
that's
the
what
human, yeah,
Zuckerberg is saying, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think he's come to it a little bit later than we did, but
Yeah, yeah, I know.
I think the market has starting to realize sort of the power of smart glasses because the senses are really centered around the head in terms of
Interesting.
both vision, like hearing, speech, all of that is on your head. So having a wearable device that you wear around your senses makes a lot of sense to us personally. And then also made like it was compelling as a use case for accessibility. So we said that would be really fascinating if we could develop that. With that said, we really wanted to focus on the hardware platform first,
Mm,
and we spent the last several years working on the hardware and iterating on that. And that modular system that we described, this is now we're now on our third sort of generation of that hardware. And the first couple ones were good. I think one of the things that I didn't mention when we decided to make this pivot where we were going to make all day wearable glasses, we took out the display, right? So we,
mhm.
we said, hey, that display from the initial cycling glasses, we're going to take it out because it's causing a lot of the problems with the weight and the power.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and honestly, the use cases for the display we felt weren't as compelling in at that time, right?
Mm.
So we said we'll take that out. It'll make the glasses look more like regular glasses, and then feel more like regular glasses too, which is the main goal. So we took the display out. With that said, we still had to iterate. We had to try to get the weight balance right, the designs right, and obviously the manufacturing. So we spent the next several years, which is actually aligned pretty closely to the pandemic because we started with that first product in 2020 and really, kind of heads down trying to develop the platform. A
Yeah,
really great pair of smart glasses that is modular, that can be, customized or personalized for people. And then so we probably came out with the Ergo 3, I think maybe like 2 years ago now. And that was really so the culmination of that development process. And
mm,
that's when we felt okay, here is a great pair of audio smart glasses that could really be a commercial product that could be deployed, widely. And then since then, we've really built upon that platform. And that at that point, when we came out with the Ergo 3, we started to say, what are the really compelling use cases that now we can sort of explore? And it lined up actually very well with this idea of or advent of LLMs and AI
yeah,
which came out around that same time, and it really changed the way that we could interact with computers because you can use your natural language voice to be able to interact with an AI service where you really couldn't before. It was very much
yeah,
like you had to program in yeah, like some voice recognition for certain keywords, and it really wasn't a sort of a seamless interaction. But AI really changed that, and it also really opened the door for what smart glasses could do. So, when we launched the Ergo 3, we said, okay, yeah, this is a great platform now. AI has expanded the potential use cases. It's almost like so many use cases that we can't tackle it on our own.
yeah.
So,
I can imagine.
yeah, so when you mentioned sort of like how do we come upon Envision and get connected? I mean, I think it was probably a combination of different routes, like through trade shows and reaching out on LinkedIn and basically thinking about who we could really partner with that would have domain expertise in a use case that can really make a difference for for a population. And that's why we're so excited to connect with Envision because well, you guys have like been working in this field for so long. You understand the use case, you understand the problem for the blind and low vision community, and you've already been working on a lot of the software. So it was for us, it was like a really like a perfect match because we were working on the hardware. We were just at the stage that we wanted to reach out to partners. We'd been working on our software development kit to be able to make that accessible to other parties. So Envision is actually one of the very early partners to be able to launch on our platform. And we are super excited because it's like a use case that we could see that makes a huge difference for a community, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah, so that's sort of how that came about. Our Ergo V, which is the camera-enabled glasses, came out shortly after our Ergo 3, and that was partially because of the development of multimodal AI inputs, right?
yeah,
Um, so prior to that, the use case for camera is mostly like taking photos and videos to share on social media, which is a great use case. But for us, we became really interested once the multimodal AI came out and, oh, now you can actually analyze an image coming off the glasses too as well, beyond just taking a still image or a video
yeah,
for saving it. So we're really interested in that AI use case, and that's why we added on the camera into our Ergo V, and then also opened up the use cases for our partners, including Envision, to be able to be able to add the different applications and features that you guys have for your community in terms of like scene description, reading menus, all of those things that you can do with a camera that you wouldn't necessarily be able to do with an audio only pair of glasses.
yeah, yeah. Amazing here, Jenny. And we're just getting started, right? I think it is so exciting. And I think we were on a tech webinar yesterday, which was a very we got quite nerdy in there as well. But this is yeah, with just so much potential. Obviously there are elements that we address around privacy and things like that for our community, which are also really important. But yeah, keeping that simple user experience is a lot more complex than people realize. It's actually, the beauty and the simplicity there. Um, Ken, it's brilliant. I mean, I could talk to you for hours because well, we haven't really had a chance to have a chat like this before, which is my
Yeah.
bad, I guess. But I guess I had one last question, and this is something that, just in general. I mean, so many use cases, as you said, you can't think about, for in the immediate future. Have you got? It's probably an unfair thing. I'm putting you on the spot. Have you got anything in the works that's sort of amazing coming through that we should be aware of?
No, even announcements yet too as well. But I would say that the interest in smart glasses has increased a lot in the
Yeah.
last 2 years, partially because of AI. But has also increased the interest both from consumers and potential partners. So we've had outreach across a variety of segments or industries looking to develop smart glass applications. So
Yeah.
accessibility is, certainly a key vertical for us. But we've had interest across like safety, healthcare, gaming, and commercial use, manufacturing,
Mm.
in addition to normal just consumer use. So there's a tremendous amount of interest in smart glasses today. And honestly, I think it is still early days. The platforms are still developing. The AI services on the back end are still evolving too as well. And that
Mm.
sort of what's great is that we're working on the hardware and the hardware software interface. Um, the AI backend piece of it that will just continue to also develop and make smart glasses even more powerful.
Yeah.
So yeah, our system can also integrate with a lot of different AI. ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude, all of these ones. We take a very open approach both to our partnerships on using our SDK, but then also for AI services too.
Yeah, amazing. I think that's the best approach we also do with AI as well. And I think Kartik could talk more to that. Ken, please don't go anywhere. I would love you to stay around. I'm sure we're going to have a few questions for you. So, folks, I'm sure you're thinking them and typing them up as we speak. But thank you so much for that.
My pleasure.
Kartik, I'm going to ask you to jump on in here and go under the hood for us.
Sure. Thanks so much, Ken and Vanessa, for I think simply because I feel like there is a lot of potential in the hardware itself. Traditionally, when we started working with smart classes, we've experimented with every single variety that you could think of, right? So I've seen smart classes evolve from, okay, there are these pair of glasses that you have to connect with a braided cable behind your back over to like a battery unit or over to a smartphone, and then that did all the processing to standalone smart glasses that made you look like a RoboCop. Then to the end, the Google glasses that we found somewhere was sort of in between in terms of its capability. And now it's like a Cambrian explosion. It's like is this really interesting point in the evolution of these glasses where you could have, really great capabilities in terms of camera, in terms of battery life, but you could still use the power of your smartphone, and which is something that we end up carrying everywhere, right? And someday to having maybe standalone smart glasses from Solos or from other manufacturers, and then we could have completely just standalone wearables that people could wear on their face all day for 14, 15 hours, built with complete display, and so on. So it's a pretty interesting evolution, really the most exciting time for us here at Envision. I keep thinking of us as a company that's been really paddling on the surfboard to catch this wave for close to a decade, and now we're at actually the cusp of like catching it. So it's super exciting. Just to go, so I know there are a lot of raised hands and a lot of folks who want to get on, and talk to us. So just to give a quick under the hood as to what's coming up next. I think from Envision. We've the Ally Solos glasses in the works. No doubt about that. I think I'm super excited to ship it all to you guys in October. And hopefully we can get these glasses to you and you're going to love it. And a couple of other things with the Envision and with Ally, we're working on a new update that's going to be out this week. It's basically bringing shortcuts over to Ally. So I know a lot of y'all who use Ally on a daily basis have been asking us to just build very quick shortcuts for recurring questions. So if you're somebody like me who likes to like really look at the calendars to 200 times a day, you could just very easily hit a shortcut on the Ally app, and then that shortcut would run to fetch your calendar and tell you what your upcoming schedule looks like. And we've built a few default shortcuts, but you can take these and extend it and build pretty much any shortcut you like. So those are some of the things that we're launching very soon. We're also going to be bringing the Envision AI and Envision Glasses most loved feature. One of the most loved features on the glasses is document guidance, where we're going to be able to like guide you real time on how to take a picture before you can go ahead, just to ensure that the entire document is in frame, and then you can capture a picture. So this is a feature that a lot of people really love on the Envision glasses, on the Envision app. We're also bringing that to Ally. So the next time you ask Ally something like, hey, can you tell me, can you read this document for me? It will first guide you as to how to move the phone around, and then it will go ahead and snap a picture for you automatically when the entire document is in frame. And yeah, those are some of the things that we have in the under the hood. I'm quite excited about a few other things that I've not spoken about as well. And that's something that you'll know in due time. So some very, very exciting stuff that's in the works. So yes, that's a quick under the hood from me, Vanessa.
Super. Thank you very much. I know you're kind of biting your tongue because I know of some of those things as well. It's been really amazing with this pre-order campaign for the LO Solus glasses from the marketing team. A huge thank you to everybody that's kindly reacted to the stuff we've been trying to reach as many people as possible and let them know while this pre-order runs. I had a couple of things that I just wanted to bring up. As I said at the beginning, somewhat flustered, maybe a little calmer now. We are recording this and we will be sharing it. Our newsletter will go out either over the weekend or on Monday. And we just a small thing. We are going changing a few things on the branding. So it's going to be an ally coming, sorry, a newsletter coming in under the ally branding. Don't freak out. We're still in the same lovely people of Envision. Envision isn't going anywhere, but our branding is making a shift. More on that next month. And any questions on that, let me know. The other thing is we have our September webinar that will be on the last Thursday of September, which is September the 26th off the top of my head. And that'll be happening at the same time, same place. Come and join us. And I am hoping we will be getting the first hands on the Ally Solos glasses then, and the first, the first experiences, the first feedback, the first, you know, things happening, actually having the glasses with us. So Kartik, no pressure or anything, but that's the timeline we have. No, seriously though, the idea is that we'll have the glasses in-house, be able to actually give some demos on that of it working, and then it will be shipping in October. So more on that in the newsletter, and you can find out more on socials, of course, if you are on those or communities. Without any further things going on at the moment, let's go straight to these questions because we have got a lot of raised hands here, and some questions, written questions. Should we jump through some of the written ones first, Kartik?
But before that, just remind everybody, you can go ahead and raise your hands to ask questions directly to the Envision team or to the Ken from Solos. Any questions that you might have, you can simply raise your hands or just put them in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer those questions live. And if you raise your hands, you can use the raise hand function in Zoom to go ahead and raise your hand, and then we'll bring you on. You can answer you can ask your question, and then we can answer them for you. Similarly, with the chat, you can just put in your questions on the chat. We have Amrit from our team who's going to answer some questions in private, and then he's going to flag some questions that we're going to be answering live here on the Q&A itself. So yes, please go ahead, raise your hand. We've got a ton of questions, and we're going to go through each of them, but we're also going to be bringing people on to talk to us and ask their questions live. So go ahead, Vanessa, take your
Yes,
pick
sure,
and
sure. So bear with
get
me, guys. I
started.
just put the questions up here. So some of these might actually be an answer for both of you. Yes, so I got a good question here from Jose. Was asking about the new Ally Solos glasses. We'll still have a caller companion feature, video feature that can call that is currently on the Envision glasses. Or will this be coming in a future update? That's a question for you, Kartik, I think.
Yes. So at the moment, at launch, you will not have the video call, the caller companion feature. This is something that we have to kind of work around with, and to see how best to bring that on from the Envision glasses over to the Ally app as well. So at launch, this feature will not be available. It might come as a future update down the line with the Ally Solos glasses. Yeah.
Thank you. I actually had a question for Ken because there was some confusion about this, that when people are wearing the Ally Solo glasses, and of course they'll be, talking to Ally, are they going to be able to do other things with the glasses? They're going to make, a WhatsApp call, for instance, or take a photo or things like that. I mean, I'm throwing that at both of you. I don't know who wants to answer that first.
I think Ken's the right person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the hardware still can function as a normal pair of smart glasses as well. So independent of the Ally app, which has all the functionality, the glasses should be able to still function as a normal headset. So if you want to take a phone call, if you want to listen to a podcast, if you want to listen to music, you can do that on the Solos Ally glasses, just as you would on Solos glasses if you were to purchase them, without directly to as well. So
That's
that
really
all those features remain accessible as well to users.
That's great. That's great. And again, being able to make a video, you would initiate that from your phone, right? And then it would use the camera on the glasses to take that video or take a picture.
To take pictures,
Just
the Ergo V doesn't have a video feature at this
okay.
point.
So, but
So
you can still take some pictures and
you
things
still
because
can take photos directly from the glasses as well too.
yeah, super. Yeah, thank you for clearing that up because I'm thinking all ally. I'm in my Ally bubble, but of course there's all those lovely features on the glasses as well, which is super cool to know. That was a question that came in here from some of the community. And Lewis, you had a question up here as well that you've written in about does it come with tinted lenses or clear? It comes with clear lenses. And what you can do is simply take it to your local optician and put in tinted lenses or prescription lenses, which I will be doing. So that's that one. You also had another question in here. Um, can someone buy the solar glasses from a third-party vendor and still use the Ally with the glasses if not purchased through Envision? So I think it's like if you've got a pair of the Solus glasses, the Ergos, can you then use Ally? I don't think that's possible, right, Kartik? Maybe you could explain that one.
Yeah, so if someone already has.
Oh, I can't hear
Yes.
you. Mm.
Yeah, so if somebody already has a pair of Solos classes with them, they can just go ahead and so what they would have to do is in order to use the Solos classes, if they buy it independently from Solos with Ally, they will have to get an Ally Pro subscription. Whereas with Envision, what happens is when people buy a pair of Ally, so when people buy a pair of Ally Solos glasses, they are able to use the Solos glasses with the free version of Ally as well. And we have also, providing users with a 1 year, subscription of Ally Pro along with the purchase price of the glasses themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think yesterday we had this question and it was a good hack, which, marketing wise, I'm still struggling on how to communicate this. But if you already have a pro subscription to Ally that you're using on your smartphone and so on, and you then buy the Ally Solos glasses, in effect, you can get 2 years free. Yeah, you got the existing subscription and you've got your one that comes in this pre-order package, right? So it doubles
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. That's a good hack, guys. So I think there was a few questions around that. Let me crack on. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, now Gregory, bear with me while I read your message here. So Gregory's asking, can I change the glasses using the USB cable when I am using the glasses? And can I purchase extra arms for extra battery use? So I think yes, can you use the USB cable while you're actually using the glass and are those extra arms available?
Yeah, maybe I can address at least the
Yeah.
technology component of it.
Yeah.
So right now you can't charge the glasses simultaneously as you when you're using them
Gotcha.
on using a USB cable. Um, with that said, the arms are interchangeable for batteries. So what we do have users is who buy a separate second arm and then they can interchange that and swap that. Right now, the battery life is very good for all day use. 10 hours of normal use. With that said, some people are power users and might need more than that, or maybe are using very power intensive tasks all the time, so they might need more power. If they do, then a second battery temple is available to be able to be purchased. I
Battery
believe
temple.
directly from us. Right now, I don't know if there's a way to get it through Envision. I'm not sure if that's offered as a separate SKU product. But
I need to check on
but
that.
Yeah.
from a
Not
product
at the
technology
moment. Yeah.
perspective, that's possible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that's something that we will eventually just offer on our website. So if people want to purchase uh, extra battery arms, totally down to doing that. So we thought, okay, let's get stuff done. I know you guys have other stuff in the works, like for example, the other Karthik told me that you guys also can put prescription lenses, in these glasses and ship them out as well. Or yeah, so I know that there's quite a bit of the really cool thing working with you guys is that you kind of have figured out a lot of these parts of the supply chain out. So people can purchase extra battery arms. We can offer even prescription lenses. Coming in with these glasses out of the box. So there's a lot that we can do. So we're going to eventually keep adding all of that. On our website, so people can simply just make a purchase of it directly from us, and it should be working fine. Yeah.
Cool. Quick note, Marty, thank you for actually being correct here that the last Saturday in September is the 25th. No, our webinar is on the Thursday. So I need to check that double date. I'm sorry, I don't have access right now, but I don't dare look at my calendar while I'm in this webinar, otherwise I'm going to get it wrong. But the last Thursday of the month, I'll check this in a second and come back to you. I had a couple of other questions quickly here I wanted to jump into. Um, Okay, so there's a couple of support questions around here. Like Dexter's asking, he's not going to be at his shipping address. Is there a way for the glass to be shipped to somewhere else? Yes, absolutely, Dexter. Please drop a line to our support team. So our Ally support team is support, SUPPORT, at ally, ALLY, .me. You can still use the the Envision support email if you've got that hard coded, but please start using the Ally support email because that'll be going directly to into Ally support, of course. We also, so we can just amend that and be sure that you get your glasses for that. But Dexter will come back to you on that. Okay.
I've got a question here.
Yeah.
Could the glasses be made to be able to scan for Navi lens codes? Great question, Marty. And we definitely have plans of working with more partners. So Navi Lens is just for Ken, it's like a very popular app amongst the blind and low vision community, where they use it to navigate around different places. So if you I've seen this a lot of places in the US have these QR codes that look the multicolored QR codes, which you can scan and that gives you navigation information. So that's something that is possible, with them. And we're working with more partners like NaviLens. We're also in talks with IRA as well. So we're definitely going to have more partners that we'll integrate with. I'm just thinking, Vanessa, we can bring on a few people
Yes, let's do
from,
that. Let's do that. And the
yeah.
last Thursday in September is the 25th. So I've just checked on my diary. Okay, yes, we've got lots of hands raised. I'm going to bring on John Gassman because I know was the first one in with his hands up. So I'm going to bring on John. John, you've got the floor.
There we go.
That's nice.
Almost took me the length of the webinar to get unmuted.
Hi, John. How are you
Hi,
doing?
I'm doing good. It's a lot of fun to have a chance to talk to Karthik and everybody at Envision because it's so much good information and expectation for the glasses. So I am really looking forward to getting a hold of them. And Ken, I want to thank you also. I have a question for Karthik, but Ken, I wanted to thank you for making the user manual so very accessible on your website. Because I went up there, I wanted to see what controls the glasses had on them and what I might be using once they arrive. And it's really easy to read. And so if you haven't gone up there to look at it yet, you should before you get your glasses.
Thanks, John.
And Karthik, I know that you had mentioned to us that all the production from the Envision and Ally standpoint are on the phone and not on the glasses as they used to be. And I'm just wondering what type of effect that has on your phone battery throughout the course of a day. Is it much of an effect?
So I think it does have an effect on your phone battery. I think one of the main things to note is, you're basically having a conversation with Ally. So you're going to have to, take pictures. The glasses are going to take pictures. It's going to process these images. There is a lot of onboard processing that happens. I do think, using the Solos glasses and us doing a little bit of processing on, with the images that is being captured from the glasses will have an impact on the battery life. But we're still testing on what that impact is going to be. Theoretically speaking, I don't expect it to be more than like 5-10% more than what you might get with the regular Ally call, right? I don't think it's going to be that noticeable in terms of an impact because at the end of the day, again, just to reiterate, one of the really cool things about the whole Ally Solos partnership is that the glasses themselves, don't have a lot of. It's unlike the Envision glasses where it's a complete standalone computer. The glasses don't have too much of a chip on them or any kind of processing capability on it. And so because of that, when it is actually offloading stuff over to the phone, what we're essentially using the glasses for in a nutshell is to be able to capture images hands-free. right? And it does really well. And all we're doing is we're doing minimal processing on the images on the phone and then sending it over to Ally. So it's essentially going to be like capturing an image from your phone, but with a little bit additional processing overhead. So I don't expect the battery life to drop dramatically when you use the Ally Solos glasses.
Good. And I'll tell you that I have a couple of great uses for the glasses once they arrive. Having retired from Disney for 20 years, I look forward to going into the parks at Disneyland and trying them with people pushing and shoving and yelling at you. We'll see how well they do. And then I'm going to go on a cruise as well here in the upcoming few months. And so it'll be fun to play with it on a cruise ship as well. So maybe I'll take notes and just kind of send them along to see what kind of
John,
experience.
we would love that. We
Yeah.
would love that. And please, the most powerful thing that we can provide the community are other community user stories of actually these devices in action, right? It's all good and well when we try and recreate those, but they're so much more impactful when they and useful when they come from the community. So please, I'm dying to hear all about that and have a well-deserved break.
All right, and I hope to see you at CSUN next year. I'll have the glasses by then for sure, so we'll have a good time
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
with.
Oh gosh, already thinking CSUN. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks, John.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
look forward to
Yes,
it.
I just wanted to add something about the power to John's question. So one of the things at Solos we're very concerned about power management. So the glasses use low power Bluetooth, so BLE, instead of using Wi-Fi, and that's certainly beneficial for the glasses battery, but also for the phone too as well. Um, so there are other glasses out there that are using more high power Wi-Fi that would drain both batteries more quickly. But because of our approach is saying we want to be low power, be able to manage that really well, these glasses use a low power Bluetooth.
Great. Thank you so much. That's really, really helpful. We do get that question a lot. And I think, this is a new device that we're at the Envision team kind of need to become experts in and answering those kind of questions. So that's really helpful. Thank you, Ken. We'll make a note of that and be able to answer that one a bit more. Thank you, John. Did you have any other questions?
No, that's it.
Oh, lovely. Well, talk to you soon. Thanks a
All right.
lot.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. I think just to go on to a few more questions, I think Sylvia has a question that I'm sure a lot of people, also have. She says, "Hi, hello from Toronto. I'm interested in comparison to the Meta glasses. How are Ally Solos different? I've ordered a pair of, Solos and can't wait to receive them." So, firstly, Sylvia, I think thank you so much for placing an order of the Ally Solos glasses. We are equally excited to ship them over to you and can't wait for you to have them as well. So now let's just dive into this question about how is Ally Solos different from other mainstream smart glasses out there, right? Um, I think there is a very big difference between products that are built with accessibility at its core and products where it's built for a more mainstream audience, and accessibility is one of the features that they basically add on just to be able to like expand the scope of what these products can do, right? And specifically talking about the Meta glasses, I have a pair of Meta glasses. I like them. I like the hardware, and I think it's quite great. But at the end of the day, in terms of how it's built for accessibility, I think that's where we differ. And there are very subtle but important differences, right? Firstly, let's talk about the AI that's on these Meta glasses. I'm sure a lot of people who have the Meta glasses, with them, know that when you ask Meta to read things for you, it often doesn't read. It actually gives you a summary of it, right? Let's say you're, for example, wanting to read a packet of crisps. This was something that somebody told me about on a webinar we did yesterday, right? So when you ask it to go ahead and read a packet of packet of crisps, let's say you have like a Lace chips in front of you. What Meta often does is it doesn't actually read the text. It just simply says, "Oh, I'm looking at a packet of crisps," right? That information loss, like Meta's AI decide deciding whether it can give you the information that it sees versus giving you what information it thinks you need. I think that difference is very important. Again, when it comes to reading text, Envision has over a decade's experience in building state-of-the-art OCR tools for helping blind and low vision people. And one of the key beliefs we have at Envision is it's our duty as an assistive technology product, as an accessibility solution, to just give the information to the user as it is, without censoring it in any way, without us deciding whether the information is right to give it to you or not, right? And we just pass on the information to you. And whereas for good reasons, I think mainstream smart classes avoid reading certain things. Like, for example, if you ask it to read personally identifiable information like your bank statements, or other bits of firstly identifiable information, or information it considers sensitive, or even information that it considers to risky, right? If it thinks, oh, I'm reading something that's adult content, for example, right? It just doesn't read it for you. And that kind of censorship is not what Envision does. Like, we just, are really good at reading text, and we simply read that information out to you. Similarly with describing people, right? Though technology has come, AI has come a long way in being, providing neutral descriptions of people, like such as, information about their hair color or about their skin tone, about the clothes they're wearing. AI has come quite a distance, but again, for a lot of reasons, mainstream smart classes refuse to describe people or identify people. Whereas we know that this is one of the key use cases for people buying the Envision glasses or using the Ally app, right? So with the Ally Solos glasses, you can expect to be able to read text very accurately, to get descriptions of people around you, to be able to identify people around you. And also, I think another important element to this is the fact that Ally Solos, the privacy aspect of Ally Solos is also very, very important. Again, we've been building, AI tools for people in the blind and low vision community for a decade. So we know that when somebody wants to, takes a picture with the Envision app, or takes a picture with the Envision glasses or the Ally app, um, we know what's happening to the data. We know the data that's being captured, on the client side. Who are the people who have access to this data? How long do they have access to this data for? And what happens to the image that's captured after that, right? And that trust is something we've built over a decade. So when you buy a pair of Ally Solos glasses, you can be assured that the data that you're capturing through these glasses are handled by Envision alone, that we know what's happening to this data. And unlike most AI companies, what we do is we opt you out of sharing data by default, right? A lot of companies by default opt in people, and you have to explicitly opt out. Whereas what we do is we opt out people, and then you have to opt in explicitly to share data with us, right? And even when you share data with us, we are 100% GDPR compliant. The Envision glasses is a medical device, class 1 medical device, which means we have already been through a lot of stringent checks and balances by the by the European Union, to be able to build a device that's as private as it can get. And we have documented how data is flowing through our system. And so privacy is something that we take very seriously. So when you buy a pair of Ally Solos glasses, you can rest assured that the images that you capture with it, the documents that you wanted to read, are, what's happening to them, and you have full control over whether you want to share those images to improve Envision's AI, or you could go ahead and not share those images. And by default, you don't share any data with us. That's how we have built it, right? Another key aspect of the difference between the Ally Solos glasses and the and mainstream smart glasses is it's a device that you can 100% buy and set up and use all by yourself. Because again, the whole process of purchasing an Ally Solos glasses is 100% accessible. The whole pairing process of setting up the Ally Solos glasses, pairing them with the Ally app, all of that is 100% accessible. You can rest assured that you'll be able to use the device by yourself. If at all you're stuck with the issue with the glasses and you need help, you can definitely go ahead and reach out to us. Everybody who buys a pair of Ally Solos glasses gets premium support from Envision, right? Gets priority support. You'll be able to talk to a representative from Envision, you can go ahead and send us your questions, and we'll get back to you within a day's time. And that kind of one-to-one interaction, that kind of support when you really need it, is something that, again, you probably won't get with mainstream smart classes, but you do get with the Ally Solos. So that's largely, I think, the difference. I don't know if
Thank you.
Vanessa, Ken, you guys wanted to add anything to it?
Not from my side, except that, I think um it's great to have choice, right? I get the question about, the difference between the Ally Solar glasses and our Envision glasses, for instance. It's a choice. It's a different product. It has a different way of working. The common feature is the Ally Assistant. That's it. The Envision glasses has all the dedicated features and the companion calling, and it's an on-device product that requires a Wi-Fi or a data connection if you want to use the online features, but it works very well offline. Whereas at the moment, at the beginning, at least on launch, the Ally Solar glasses needs this Bluetooth connectivity to the app on the phone to work. And so, it's a different, it's not fair really to compare the two, but I understand why people do that. Again, I don't know if you had any comments. I mean, you're living and breathing this world, right?
Yeah, I think Carly answered it really well. I mean, I would just say that the release of new AI models is sort of like a double-edged sword. It has made it easy to release features, software features, but it's still hard to do it right. So, like
Yeah.
for instance, for Solos, we did look and said, like, could we come up with an accessibility feature ourselves? And using an AI model with our input with the camera, we probably could recreate something pretty crude, but it would work in terms of being able to provide some functionality. And you see this in some other mainstream smart glass providers who are doing this. But we came to the judgment that we didn't want to do this halfway, right? And we didn't want to come up with something that we didn't really fully understand, right? So we wanted to say we want to partner with someone who really understands the use case, who really understands what people are the user experience of people who are using smart glasses for these purposes, and to be able to tailor the software for that need. And that's why we were so excited to partner with Envision, because to do it ourselves, we really wouldn't understand it, even if we could come up with something that might look good in marketing, but from a functionality perspective, not really meet the need. So
Yeah.
that's been our approach.
No, it's very cool. I think, it's a rare company that can do hardware and software, but let's save that discussion for another time. We are at the top of the hour, but in fact, we're 2 minutes over, but I would like to bring on one more person to speak, if that's okay with you, gentlemen. People have had their hands up here for a while now. I see Dr. Douglas. I can't read your whole last name because it's gone off my list, but I've unmuted you, so please go ahead and ask your question. Hello.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay. Well, it seems like the solos have a great deal of potential for the blind community, but I've been having a terrible time trying to order them.
Oh no, really? Sorry
And
to hear that.
I think part of the problem is when we're asked for a second source of payment.
Okay.
You don't take Discover Card, which would be my second source, so I don't quite know what to do.
Okay.
Uh,
What we can
there.
do, Dr. Edley, am I saying that right? Usually? Yeah, I can see your last name now. Thanks for letting us know. What I will do is, have you been in touch with our support team already?
Pardon?
Have you been in touch with our support team by email about this?
No, I have
Okay.
not.
So this is the best way to do, because what will happen is one of our team members will set up a call and we can help you with that payment online over a call or what works best for you.
Okay.
Yeah, is that okay? I think the easiest thing is that you drop them an email. What I can do if it's easier for you, we spoke out the address. It's support@ally.me, but I can also drop you a quick.
Okay, what's the last part of it? Dot
Yes,
what?
.me, M-E.
Oh, okay.
I know we're trying to be fun.
Support at ally.me.
That's correct. So that please drop them a line and we'll get right to it and help you. Thank you for
What
letting
do you
us.
want in this? What do you want in the subject line?
Oh, whatever you like. So help with
Oh,
purchasing the glasses or payment help or something.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you and good luck and we'll get this
Yeah.
sorted. Good. Well, I'm glad we got
Okay.
Douglas on the call there. That was fabulous. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, because I've tried to get in on the lower
Yes, no,
tiers
I
and it just keeps
understand.
bumping me up. And
Okay, well, we don't want that. I'll earmark this as well. So yeah, please drop us an email if you can today, and that will come straight through.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Cool. Well, thank you, everybody. I know there's people here that want to ask your questions, and you've got some questions that I know Amarath's been doing a great job in the background trying to answer. We never ever get to all of them. We are going to set something up actually, Kartik. This just reminded me. We're going to do two things. We're going to film an Ask Me Anything video, which is all these questions that we've been getting with Ally Solo glasses. All great. We're going to record those, and Kartik are going to be asking the questions and answering the questions. We're also going to set up a dedicated meeting, I would say webinar, but it's more a meeting where you guys and girls can come and ask your questions live again, just about the Ally Solos glasses. I think we need to create these forums. For that, we also have a whole help center on our website and an FAQ section as well, which we're continuously adding to. So in the follow-up, we in our newsletter that will go out, we'll include links to that so that you can have easier access to finding that information. But please drop that support email a note on anything because what we're doing is we're getting better the more we hear from you about what you want. So from my side, just a huge thank you, especially to Ken for joining us today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your insights. I have got more questions in the future. I'm sure we'll be in touch. So thank you very much. And Kartik, thank you as well. I don't know if you had anything you wanted to add.
No, nothing from my side. I had a great webinar. It's been a pretty hectic couple of days where we're trying to just, hop on to different webinars. There's been so much interest, like John has been talking about. I think it's been pretty phenomenal so far in terms of just, we now realize this is what the community has been really wanting, all these years. And we knew it. The community wanted it, and I think it took, the arrival of a partner like Solos to help us make it happen. So, I'm super grateful for this, and I'm, just really hoping we can ship a great product out. And I know we'll hit it right in the head with this one. So, from my side, nothing else. Also wanted to, thank Ken and everyone from Solos. For being a great partner in this journey so far. I'm really looking forward to more milestones and really impacting the lives of every single blind and low vision person out there in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you both, Vanessa and Karthik, and to the whole community as well. Solus is very excited to partner with you on this, and onward and to the future.
Upwards.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. And all of you have a great rest of the day wherever you are. Take care.